What we discussed so far is the themes of economics, then the basic two economic concepts, scarcity and efficiency. Then we discuss about the problems of economics. Then we studied about the society capability. In the last class, in order to extend the society capability, a model called production possibility frontier has been discussed. In this class, we are going to study about the economic efficiency. This particular term, economic efficiency, is a very important concept in macroeconomics because a number of questions will be asked from this. Some of the questions are what are the difference between production efficiency and allocative efficiency? What are the major types of economic efficiency? How to maximize economic efficiency? These kind of questions you can expect from this particular concept called economic efficiency. Let's start with what are the major types. There are 5 types, but they will ask only about, let me admit, the Aishwarya and Vignesh. Vignesh, last class, whether he attended or not. Okay. Let's start with what are the major types of economic efficiency. Actually, the economy is with goods and services production. The resources are scarce. So, in order to achieve the economic efficiency, we divide two categories, namely the productive efficiency, another one is allocative efficiency. This allocative efficiency is otherwise called full efficiency. So economic efficiency is when all goods or factors of production in an economy are distributed or allocated to their most valuable users and eliminating the waste or minimizing the waste. The major two economic efficiency are the productive efficiency and allocative efficiency. Productive efficiency means it is the least cost production of technique used to produce what we want to produce or required goods and services. On the other hand, the full efficiency means producing the right amount in a right way. That is called allocative efficiency. So they will ask a section A question, what are the major types of economic efficiency? The answer is very simple. Even though economic efficiency have different types, the major two types are production efficiency and allocative efficiency. Productive efficiency is producing the goods in the least cost combination factors of production, and the allocative efficiency producing the right product in a right way by using the available resources. So it's a confirmed section A question. Then the other question is always asking is what is the difference between productive efficiency and allocative efficiency? We should know about this. We have to explain this particular economic efficiency with some example. In this particular slide, I have given example with a health product. So the difference between the productive and allocative efficiency can be explained with a dash product. Here you can say health care product, you can say consumer goods, or you can say capital goods, or whichever thing, any type of goods you should say, and then you have to explain with that particular type of product. Here I have given the health care product. So the introductory sentence should be the difference between productive and allocative should be explained with the healthcare product. Then how to explain the productive efficiency? The productive efficiency means that the healthcare resources are put in the best use possible and produce as much health as they can. So we are investing this three type of resources, natural, human and capital resources, in such a way we have to try to get the maximum return out of it. This is called productive efficiency. But on the other hand, allocative efficiency means that right share of resources is being devoted to healthcare versus other goods in the economy. Suppose an individual is earning 10,000 rupees, means for healthcare 10% should be spent, or not all 10,000 you will not spend, then it is not right allocative. So we have to go for full shelter and other commitments, monthly commitment, we should go. We should give a right share for the healthcare products. So how to make the difference? The productive efficiency is how much resources is employed in that particular product for the best use possible. On the other hand, allocative means right share of resources to the healthcare. Then one more section A is possible, how to maximize the economic efficiency. More important, it is a microeconomic. Instead, we are using in macroeconomics. It is nothing but equilibrium condition. There are two conditions that we should. Already we studied in manager economics and microeconomics that what are the two conditions? The marginal cost should be equal to marginal revenue, and the marginal cost curve should intersect marginal revenue from below. Instead of saying marginal cost and margin gap, here we are using the concept price because it is macroeconomics. So how we have to say, it's nothing but the selling price should be equal to marginal cost, P equal to MC. That is a very first condition. Then when it is possible, only when price equal to marginal revenue, it indirectly indicates that MC equal to MR. That is why the answer is like that. The economic efficiency is maximized when the price of the selling product is equal to the marginal cost of the producing the goods. The second condition, when the price is equal to marginal revenue, both profit and efficiency are maximized. So it is another form of equilibrium condition. What is the equilibrium condition? MC equal to MR, MC cut MR from below. Instead of telling like that, we are saying P equal to MC and P should be equal to MR. Then the profit is maximized, the efficiency is maximized. So these three questions, out of these three questions, definitely one question will be there. Now let's move to other part of the economic efficiency. Let me explain this product efficiency with the PPF. Last class we studied the production possibility curve. In that we are explaining that particular economic problem, what to produce or what quantity to produce. That is why the product efficiency occurs when a good or a service is produced in the lowest possible cost. In other terms, the concept is illustrated with a production possibility frontier, that is PPF, where all the points in that particular curve is productive efficiency. We have, remember, that is 6 combination A, B, C, D, F. Any point we consider to be productive efficiency. Suppose it moves away from this particular curve, then it is not efficient. Why? Because less than this is underproductive, more than that is overproductive. We are unnecessarily wasting the resources. So based on this, now let me list what are the types of economic efficiency. Usually there are 7 economic efficiency. Here I mentioned only 5. The other 4 will be in the last 2-3 slides. Let you know. But whenever it is asked what are the types, you have to write these 5 only. One is productive efficiency. Second one is allocative efficiency. Third one is social efficiency. Fourth one is dynamic efficiency. Last one, distributive efficiency. Here, the economics means production, consumption, and distribution. So, production indicates productive efficiency. Consumption is allocative efficiency. Distribution is distributive efficiency. The other two called social and dynamic. Social means we are living in the society. There will be some group, some local government, state government, and central government. So there is a hierarchy. For that, there are certain things should be run in a common way. So social efficiency is more, even though we are not bothering much about it, but the government will insist on it. Even CSR is considered to be one social efficiency, corporate social responsibility. What is dynamic one? All our budget, fiscal policy, monetary policy coming under that particular dynamic efficiency. So whenever they ask what are the types of economic efficiency, in a layman definition, we have to mention 5. What is those 5? Productive efficiency, allocative efficiency, social efficiency, dynamic efficiency, and distributive efficiency. Out of these 5, the most important is the second one, the consumption factor. that is allocative efficiency. How the allocative efficiency occurs? When the goods and services are distributed according to the consumer preference. So there are three stages. First stage, producing that. Second stage, consumption. So how to connect this production and consumption? We need the third factor called distributive efficiency. When distributive efficiency is effective, definitely the economy will improve. Production is meaningful only when consumption is made. So that particular additional point, let me give in a other way. Economic efficiency is needed when the scarce resources in the economy is used, because if plenty of resources are available, there is no need to talk about economy, because there is a scarcity in the available resources. Our wants are unlimited. That is why we need economic efficiency. So it should be distributed between the consumer and the producer. Suppose if these two are not connected properly, then it is called inefficiency. So what economic efficiency do? Available scarce resources should be utilized in an optimum way by means of producing the goods in a right way and distributed to the consumer. So all three efficiency should be in a right proportion. Suppose if these three are good, then we have to think about the next stage, how it should be involved. One is that should be efficient production. This efficient production is possible when the firm or the government should take a right decision. Once it is a right decision is made, then there should be an efficient consumption by the individual household sector should be there. How to connect these two? For that, we need the distribution channel. That particular distribution channel also included in the economic efficiency. For that, a particular type of efficiency is introduced called Pareto efficiency. This Pareto efficiency means it is a welfare nation. Our economics is having four different definitions. One is wealth definition, welfare definition, scarcity definition, and growth definition. Out of these four, wealth given by Adam Smith, and scarcity by Paul Samuelson, and growth by the modern economics. But this Pareto efficiency indicates, even though we have more resources, whether we are able to enjoy that particular, whether the consumers get the satisfaction out of it is a question. This Pareto efficiency gives how this production, consumption, distribution are interconnected, whether it is utilized in an optimum way, then it is called welfare nation, called Pareto efficiency. You may expect a separate section 8 question in Pareto efficiency. Now, instead of saying types, now there is a section B question is possible. What are the phases of stages of thing? In initial stage, in the classical economy, they decided only the distribution of resources is called the best economy. So it is called allocative efficiency. After that only they come to know production is the major criteria. Based on that only the consumption is possible. So from allocative efficiency, they move from the allocative efficiency to productive efficiency. But even though the goods are produced, when it is not distributed properly, then the economy will not improve. So in order to connect the allocative efficiency and productive efficiency, distributive efficiency came into play. But finally, in 1950s and 60s, Pareto has rightly pointed out, whether it is produced or whether it is distributed properly, whether it is consumed, whether the consumer is getting satisfaction out of it or not is a criteria. The welfare should be measured. The state of economic efficiency is essentially theoretical. Why? Because its limit approach never be reached, because human wants are unlimited. Instead of looking about the profit loss or what is a wastage and whether if we are achieving the target, all these things, whether the public utilize the resources in an optimum way or not. For that, the Pareto has given a new measure called Pareto efficiency. Now let's start with economic indicators, economic efficiency with the scarcity. The economics rely only on scarcity. Human wants are unlimited, resources are limited. Because of that, the gap between these two is called scarcity. Unless and otherwise the scarcity is there, there is no need for economics. The economics take its importance because of the scarcity. The principles of economic efficiency is based on the concept of resources are scarce. So suppose if sufficient resources are available, then there is no need to talk about economic. Why? Because all are available in plenty. Why we bother? When there is non-availability or lesser resources for the requirement, then only we will think about how to allocate these resources for our need. For that, we should formulate a particular thing. An ideal state is not based on the wealth, or it's not based on the growth, or it's not based on the development. It is based on the scarcity. How effectively we are using that available resources in an optimum way because of the scarcity. The peak of efficiency is possible only when welfare is achieved. Then let's move to the next stage. It is how the productive efficiency, allocative efficiency, and distributive are connected. I already told about this. These three are the elements of macroeconomics. There are, for example, the resources available is 100. There are three efficiency: productive, consumption, and distribution. How we are allocating. Suppose the entire resources employed in production, then it is not possible to distribute, and the consumer will not have the purchasing power to receive that particular finished product. So how we have to, while producing, we think about how to maximize the revenue and how to minimize the cost. So for productive efficiency, increasing the revenue, reducing the cost is a criteria. If these two are achieved, productive efficiency is achieved. Similarly, coming to the second stage, the consumption. The consumer should be rational. For giving his money, the return should be more than that he will expect. So the combination of input decides the allocative efficiency. If these two are in a correct way, the interlink between these two is distributive efficiency, we used to call as allocative efficiency. Let's finally have a different view. Why? Because this productive efficiency, allocative efficiency, and distributive efficiency is based on one particular theory called law of diminishing marginal utility. Why? Because the human is always try to be rational. If the goods are available, he will not bother about it. If it is not available, then he will keep on thinking about it. So distributive efficiency is mainly depend on the productive efficiency and allocative efficiency. So it is mandatory, even though 7 to 8 types of efficiency, these three gains its importance because these are called elements of macroeconomics, and based on this only, the economic efficiency will reach the welfare. How to make it welfare? The economy is trying to earn more wealth, and it try to develop, and it will try to grow substantially. But finally, why we are doing all these things? In order to achieve the welfare. This welfare state, we used to call it as Pareto efficiency. In this easy words, measuring economic efficiency is subjective based on the assumption of social goods. And when economic efficiency is depending on how this particular productive efficiency and allocative efficiency achieve the welfare of one, which cannot be improved by reducing the welfare of the other. The economy should improve. Each and every individual of the economy should improve. When a particular benefit is given to one individual, it should not be taxed on the another. Both of them should get. That is, law of equality should be there. That is why the Pareto efficiency is more important out of all economic efficiency. This is the consequences of Pareto efficiency. There are three types of economy: capital economy, social economy, and mixed economy. We are the India under mixed economy. That is why we are giving more botheration for the particular Pareto efficiency. Why? Because we are involving the government as well as the private in order to achieve the economic efficiency. For that only, Pareto has given a model called Pareto efficiency. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now. Tomorrow, let me have a revision class, and then I am going to ask 20 multiple choice questions. You have to answer in the chat box. One by one, for every question, 2 minutes will be given. You have to choose the answer and you have to answer. Okay. Tomorrow we are having the class test. First hour, I'll take the revision class, and second hour, you have to answer 20 multiple choice questions. All of you be ready. Don't bother about the mark. You should understand what the subject is. So we have completed the first unit. Tomorrow I'm going to take the revision class. What are other portions we covered in the unit 1 is themes of economics, scarcity and efficiency basics, problems in economics, society's capability, production possibility frontier, and now we complete the productive efficiency and economic efficiency. With this, let me wind up the class.